Hey, Aaron.
Hey,
We
Beatrice.
are back.
We are back. Are you seeing this too? Is the question of the hour.
Ugh. And there's always something juicy.
Yeah,
There's never ending updates where we're just like looking at
yeah,
the news. And
no
one of us
joke.
goes like, wait, what?
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot lately. How about you?
Yeah. Sometimes I look at like pieces of news and I'm like, I mean, is this something? And we've had this conversation where it's like, is
No.
this really something? And then one of us will go, but
Yeah,
wait.
yeah.
So
There's something
this
here.
week,
Yeah,
this
yeah, this week. So, yeah, go ahead. We're
so found an interesting piece of news that just dropped around PepsiCo. So, Aaron, I mean, do you know PepsiCo?
right.
What other brands that they might have?
So we're talking about the Pepsi, like Pepsi, right? And then there's PepsiCo, which is
Yeah, like the
the co around Pepsi.
overarching.
Just to
Yeah,
differentiate the
exactly.
two. Okay. So yeah, could you say before this morning, could you say with full confidence another co owned by PepsiCo other than Pepsi? You have
No. The answer is no.
499 to choose from. No. I could name Diet
I feel
Pepsi and
shame.
yeah, so 499 other companies, including, obviously the other Mountain Dews and the Gatorades and Tropicanas and the category adjacent ones, but also Lay's, Frito-Lay, so Lay's and Doritos and Cheetos, Quaker
Mhm.
Oats. We're talking in the UK, there's Walker's Crisps. Um, Sabritas in Mexico. So they, like I said, we are not going to name them all. That would take up all of our time. But 500 companies in the PepsiCo family, and they were having a problem because people said, "Yeah, we know you. You're Pepsi, right?"
Same problem as me. They did this what was it? A poll, right?
Yeah,
With the audience going, "Hey, guys, so what do you know us for?"
yeah.
And
Name one other, like we're saying now. Yeah,
name one
and
other.
79% of respondents could not name another PepsiCo company other than Pepsi. So
I
they
believe
they're
that.
taking some steps in the direction to say, wait a minute, PepsiCo is a co. We got a large family of brands, and part of what they're doing is we'll call it a rebrand, right? We'll go there, but they're modernizing, updating, maybe neutering their logo a little bit. Um, it's
To
very
what?
neutral, right? To get that corporate sensibility in there, that we're a cluster, a family, a stable of companies under one company.
Because of course, the thing that's going to fix this is a logo change.
Yeah.
To-
Well,
Totally.
they did all the logo things. Every little, we'll throw it in the comments, but every little element symbol in the logo has meaning. And this one's for our water and our beverage section. And this is for they have a smile in there for smiles. They throw a tagline in there because you really need it. It's like food, drink, and smiles or something. You have to explain the logo, and that's always big company. Don't hate on me. Um, but that's always a little bit of like a lack of confidence in either your consumer or your brand that you're putting out. Is like, okay, let's explain all the elements so that we feel good about it internally, and we can thank our agency for all their hard work, and then let's throw a tagline under there too, you know
The inside of me and the outside, because I'm a very bad poker player, is it's cringing. It's cringing very hard. But I think we have a deeper concern here. And I think that's something that applies to a lot of businesses where one product or one service even cannibalizes the others that they have, so that people don't even recognize that there might be other things.
yeah,
And yeah, okay, there's a balance of like, okay, we have everything, we serve everything. Now that's also dampening your brand itself. But this is the other kind of damage.
Well, yeah, let me ask you. So I'm just taking a look at the new logo again. So it's kind of like it's Pepsi has bold colors, right? So you got the bold
Mhm.
red, you got the bold blue. This is, I'd call it more like environmental, earthy, natural colors. Do you think that it's too far removed by take like you picture, okay, we'll keep the Pepsi blue and then we'll build like this orbit around it because that's our, obviously everything else kind of radiates out from there. Do you think this is too far in the direction of like neutrality, or is this the right move to be like an all-encompassing, not any one brand specific kind of iconic representation?
So I recall, what was this, last year, I believe, that Pepsi, like the drink itself, moved
Yeah.
towards moved towards maximalism in terms of the brand, and like that just full like in their face. So yes, this is the idea of balancing that out, saying like, hey, this is we're a bit different, but that isn't the logo, the tagline, whatever. That is actually, it's not going to solve that problem.
Yeah.
I-
It's a little jarring too because you still have the word Pepsi in there front and center. So, but now you see it with like a different typeface and different composition and different iconography around it. So, I wonder if the right move here, like they've been PepsiCo forever. Obviously, they do
Mm,
want that alignment when it benefits them. And they want to eliminate confusion when it doesn't. Like we said, the 79% of recall where no one can name another PepsiCo family product. But if you think
mhm.
about a company like Unilever, right? There's no like the Unilever, I don't know, paper towels is their shining star in their portfolio. It's just kind of all in one representative. I wonder if PepsiCo, again, they've been PepsiCo forever. There's a lot of legality to changing your name, but should they do something bland and corporate for the parent company that doesn't even have the word Pepsi in it? What do you think?
Oh, they definitely shouldn't change their name.
No,
That, because
too far.
again, you've built up that association to it. It's just like, why? Like you have that association already, like to Pepsi. I think it
Yeah.
is more of like building it. And okay, Unilever, they went about it right, where they had built up, okay, this is the association around Unilever. Because okay, for one, I wouldn't be able to think of a specific brand when I think of Unilever, but the key is when I pick up a product and I see the Unilever logo somewhere on there, that association and the trust that the overall brand that Unilever has
Mhm.
automatically becomes associated to that. So I do think that it is probably a lot on marketing side for this case, where it is talking about these other brands and saying like, okay, this is building the awareness around them. Say for example, if you are a newer business, or another approach to this would be building out those sub brands,
Right.
taking that time for each one. Yes, it does involve time for each one, but that also means that you can expand without cannibalizing.
Yeah, I get your point, but let's say you're Goodyear tires, right? And then you
Mhm.
decide to go into fast food. Good, but your company is still Goodyear tires. Does that lend itself, like now we're talking about PepsiCo, does that lend itself to these? Do are people really going to make that connection to that brand family the way that Pepsi wants them to, or are they still going to get pigeonholed by keeping the name front and center? That's what I wonder, because we can relate this to smaller companies and B2B companies and
Mhm.
companies that have the founder's name in the title, where you can get very locked into one impression people may know you for one product, one thing, one service line, but then you say, well, no one knows us for these other areas in our company, and we want to monetize those too, and we're really good at those things too. So why don't people know us for that? I come into companies where they have that frustration, like, yeah, okay, of course people know us for this one thing, but we do 3 things or we do 8 things. Like, people don't know that about us. Help us. I'm sure you see that
So
too.
yeah, absolutely. For one, it's dangerous to have your name as the business name, because that locks you into the business. So if you want to exit, if you want to sell, you're kind of screwed later on. And another thing is, a great example of this would be like Virgin, right? Like they have Virgin Money, Virgin Atlantic, all of these different brands, right? None of them are cannibalizing on each other. In fact, they're also complementing. So
True.
if we have
That's
a
a
look
good
at
one.
your
Mhm.
example of Goodyear, right? And they have tires, that is their main focus, and they want to go into fast food. Instead, they could have Goodyear tires. This is the one, and then Goodyear chicken. Like, I'm sure they have a better name for this, okay? Or Goodyear clucks. Uh, anyway,
Uh-huh.
um, then you're building up, like, okay, association as in like, okay, this is not a new company
Yeah.
as such,
Yeah.
but like they're building out, okay, this is our own market and this is our own identity. We're just taking the established trust
Right.
versus like a company that comes in with zero experience in business at all.
Yeah.
So
No, you're
that
right.
would be the better approach.
You're right. That's the advantage PepsiCo has, is they've been a family of brands for a really long time, and they've proven their market staying power in a number of different categories, versus something like a Goodyear. I mean, more power to you if you go into fast food, but no one knows them for fast food, and they'd have an uphill battle, a big hill to climb to prove that they belong, in the fast food, fast casual category, when all they've been known for, and they might have other sub brands and things like that, but they're known as a tire company, right? PepsiCo is known as a family of brands. It's just how do they play it both? How do they have it both ways, where they have the affiliation with Pepsi when they want it, and they make consumers aware that you're saying, like, carry that hallmark of quality or that hallmark of consistency or dependency or whatever the good halo effect is. They carry that over into their other brand families.
Yeah, exactly. And I do think it is about making those smart decisions around the businesses that you're going to, or the products, services that you're going to add in. That,
Yeah.
like, it matches into your values, it matches into your overarching goal. So say, for example, we keep on loading on this Goodyear example, but maybe they don't do fast food, but they do the rubber utensils or rubber, things that are related to that. It doesn't,
Hmm.
it's expanding, but you've already built that association to the quality around rubber. It's just a completely different industry.
Yeah. True. Okay. So we're saying, I think PepsiCo should stay PepsiCo.
Yeah.
It would be too much of a departure to say all of a sudden we're a Universal, blah, blah, blah. Not Universal, but you know what I mean? Like, uh, Acme Widget Corp, something that's bland and neutral and doesn't mean anything, right? Um, I would drop the tagline. I don't think you need it. Logos, it
Yeah.
takes a little while. Every time I see a new logo, I'm like, why did they do that? And then I get settled into it. So this is, gut reaction, but it'll come around. But as consumers, how often are we going to really interact with the PepsiCo, parent company logo? We're not really. It doesn't really change our lives. So they can do what they want and call it, the name all the sub symbols and give them all meaning and all that. Probably makes board members happy to see the brand family incorporated. Probably makes higher ups happy. Again, PepsiCo, you're a huge company. Don't hate on us for just asking questions and pointing out what we're seeing. Just gut reaction in the moment. But I think with the takeaway for smaller companies and the B2B companies or mid-sized companies, Service-based companies is when you do something that people know you for. Just walk that line, figure out how you leverage that association positively when you need to, and then how you keep it from being a stumbling block where people categorize you too narrowly, and then you can't branch out.
Exactly. And just adding into that, we've had a comment here from Lewis Mann where it's like, yeah, my experience, I find that the parent company isn't prepared to build up the brand equity around new offering, whether that be service or an observed company, and they rely on the parent organization's brand equity to promote the capability of that sub brand. So again, what we were talking about Unilever there. Well, there may be a level of trust in the parent brand that helps promote the idea of quality, safety, security around the sub brand as well. That also, doesn't include building up the confidence in the performance and capability of the new offering. It's a really
Yeah,
good point there.
good point, Lewis. Thank you. Thanks for throwing that in there. Okay, well, I think we're at time, right?
We are indeed. So, guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? How would you approach for PepsiCo? And let us know for next time what you'd like us to see or talk about.
Cool.